We're about to make some more power, baby, on that 2-stroke, and the answer's been right in front of me the whole time. Let's get into what I'm talking about. This is my intake. That is a splash guard from Polina that came with it to block it from splash from rain and any debris. It pops right off and then leaves the whole intake filter straight to the carburetor open, like this, with a lot more air coming into the motor with this guard off. And more air, more fuel, more power, baby, right? It's a simple recipe. But with that jet kit that I got, because when I built this bike, I got a whole Polini jet kit for this carburetor, theoretically, with more air coming into the motor, with a bigger fuel jet, we should pick up some speed here. I hope so. So today is gonna be carburetor tuning day part 2, because I'm curious. I wanna see if I put bigger fuel jets in there with this air shroud off, if it picks up more power, because that's the whole point of this bike, more speed. Real quick, here's the current tune of this bike. With the air shroud on, we have a 106 main jet in there with a 42 pilot jet with the needle leaned out 1 notch. I'm not gonna touch the needle today. I'm focusing just on the fuel jet, the main one. So right now I got a 106 main jet with the air shroud on. So we're gonna pop that thing off and start upjetting it. So right here we have a 118, and we're gonna go from 118, 116, 114, 112 to 110. These are the jets I'm gonna be focusing on today, going from high to low. So let's get into it. Let's slap in this 118, start high. I feel like it's gonna run really rich at 118 because there's a 106 in there right now. But you wanna start high before you go low. So we're gonna go here, down here, checking the plugs as we go. I got a whole kit of plugs right here. Let's do it. This old plastic float bowl made that a real pain in the ass to do. Man, that gasket just kept falling out. So I put the metal one back on there. It's better anyways. Dude, that took way too long. The 118 jet is in the carburetor. There's gas in the carb, and the air filter is off. Bam! We're gonna get a fresh plug on here and check the plugs as we go. Let's do it. The fresh plug is in the bike. That bigger fuel jet is in there. Everything is hooked up and ready to go. This is a spark plug from the 106 right now. And you can see that it's brown and healthy. It's a little rich over here. That's why I was thinking about dropping it one, but this is what the old plug looks like. Now the reason I did this, putting a bigger fuel jet in here, is because when I ran this bike with the 106 in there with that filter off, it picked up down low and I loved it. But I did a top speed pool, I did 2 of them actually, and I lost a whole 10 miles per hour because I was leaning it out way too much. So that told me I needed to put a bigger fuel jet in there if I wanted to run it with the air filter off. And more air, more fuel, more power. So this is the beginning of the test. The 118 is in here right now with the air filter off. Let's start her up, get her warmed up, and make a pool. I expect her to run like shit. I really do. A 118 is really big, but we're gonna start her up real quick. Start it up with the 118 in there. This motor is able to suck in way more air like this. So that's why I'm excited about this. So let's go to the gas station to get some air for that tire, and then we'll hit the streets. She runs like dog shit. 100%. It's pointless even making a top speed pool. I knew this was way too rich. Here, check it out, all right? We're gonna go full throttle. Does not even pool whatsoever. Really, really boggy. Not good at all. So we're just gonna go immediately swap that other one back in there, the next one down. Good to know though. Yeah, completely horrible. The temps only remained at like 145, 150 as well. So that told you I was running super rich. I knew it would. So we're at the 118 right now, right? I don't even think I want to go down one more size because I already know I already know what's going to happen. So we're going to go from the 118 down to the 114 and see how she looks with the plug and everything. Disconnect the carburetor from the intake, flip it, float bowl off, swap another jet in there. We're going to 114. All right, here's the plug we're looking at, but the camera does not want to focus at all. Not really. But if you look into the side of it, it's pure black. You know, it's saturated. I did not get to do a full top speed rip because the bike ran like crap anyways, but the plug is super black and saturated. It's not the best, so definitely putting a fresh one in there. Fresh plug is in. We got the 114 jet in there as well. She's staying cool, but hopefully if I notice any like real bad bogging, I'm not gonna ride it again, but hopefully she gets something because I'm gonna go make a pool and see the difference. All right, so better than before, but still real boggy. I'll give you guys a rip so you can hear what I'm talking about. We gotta wait for the traffic. There's one more car. This thing is slow right now. But it's better than last time. But it's still bubbly and gurgly. It don't even pool. It does not pool whatsoever. It's not happy. Definitely gonna go down again. All right. Test run number 2 was done. It was bubbling so much, it ran better, but I mean, it was gurgling and bubbling and just nothing was happening on the throttle, you know, so I'm gonna go down 2 sizes. I'm gonna go down 2 sizes and see if that makes a difference. When this bike responds, when you give it throttle and it zips forward, that's when it's happy. That's where its happy place is at. So we're gonna go down 2 sizes real quick and get that in there and see how she runs then. The 110 fuel jet is in the carburetor, fuel is in the carb. I'm not gonna swap out a different spark plug because I know that this is gonna be a difference on this one. And I just don't feel like doing it, to be honest. Don't call me lazy, just know that next time I will. But anyway, spark plug is gonna stay, fuel is in the carburetor. Let's test this girl out. It fired up instantly, a lot faster. This 110 is around the area where I thought differences would be made because the other numbers in the teens are just way too high. But a 110 jet, I feel like it's gonna make a difference. But now we gotta find that sweet spot. But I don't know, it could run like crap still. We gotta run it. So it definitely responds a lot better with the 110. It actually pools at this point. It gurgles just a little bit when I'm at like medium throttle and I give it full throttle, it'll gurgle. But she does run. The 110 is where progress was made. If you look at the temps, they're just jumping up to 204, and this is after being shut down. So that's also telling me that it's running a bit rich because when I give it full throttle, it just bogs down a little bit. But a 110 is progress with that extra air. So we're gonna do a top speed run. I feel safe with this jet in there. I'm gonna bring y'all with me. We're going straight down the testing grounds. Let's do it. All right, so this is run number 1, top speed run with a 110 fuel jet with the air filter shroud off. So 2 fuel jet sizes up from what I was running previously to make up for the air difference. We got the speedometer app up and running right now. We're about to see what she gets. Record, pocket, let's do it. All right, so the temperatures are at 166 right now. It's climbing up to 167. All right, so here we go. Back to the app. So, yeah, I lost mile an hour, man. 45 miles per hour. Not good. I don't like that. That tells me I'm running at lean again. But when I put more fuel in there with the bigger fuel jets, it feels like, damn, man. So basically, this is pointless. I lost a lot of mile per hour. I lost 15 miles per hour with this. I put a bigger fuel jet in there, and it's still leaning out in the top end. So if I were to do this, I'd have to adjust the needle. I'd have to change the air fuel screw. I'd have to do a lot of stuff to get what I want. And that's not what I'm trying to do. Temps are at 191 right now. So, man, I just don't want to dig that deep into carburetor tuning. I really don't. I don't want to adjust the needle and all that fun stuff. I tried, man. Giving it more fuel and more air, it doesn't like it. So, it's all right. It's a part of the process, right? So what I'm gonna do from this point is, when I put that 106 back in and I put that shroud back on, I'm gonna make another hit to make sure she's good where she's at. But I also wanna drop it one jet size down to see if that increases the bottom end, because I feel like it's a little boggy. So we're gonna go back to the garage, throw that 106 in there, put the shroud back on. This had no avail. This had no point. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. So tuning and learning, that's what it's all about, man. All right, so no bueno, unfortunately. I'm a little disappointed, but I just don't feel like getting up in that carburetor and adjusting the needle and adjusting the screw. I was trying a simple recipe and it didn't turn out so true. So conclusion, it didn't work. It kind of sucks. I expected it to, more air, more fuel, more power, but I'd have to get in there with the needle and the air mixture screw, and I really don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna go back to the 106 with the shroud on, because I know that pool is 60 miles per hour. But before I do that, I'm gonna throw that shroud back on, but also throw a 104 jet in there. I wanna put that 104 in there to see if it still produces the same power up top, but gives me better download power. So I'm gonna try one more thing. That could be the recipe to this whole time, or I had it right the first time and a 106 is key. So we'll see. The plug is definitely a bit lean there. You can see on the tip how it's white gray, and that's not good, but not detrimental. It only ran like that for 20-30 seconds, but not good. All right, the air shroud is back on. We got a fresh plug in there right now. So we got a 104 jet with the air shroud on with the fresh plug. Now this is the leanest that I've ever ran this motor, so I'm definitely gonna pay attention to the temps. Well, I'm hoping she picks up, I know she's gonna pick up something in the bottom end, but I'm hoping the speed stays the same. 58 to 60 mile an hour is what we always run on this bike. So let's see. 104 jet, air shroud on, fresh plug. Let's do this. All right, we're here to the starting point, and over the way here, she ran great. She is much happier with that guard on, I'll tell you that. But I put that 104 jet in there, right? And temperatures right now are sitting at 187, so nothing hot. And I just rode down the street at full throttle, half throttle. She's not overheating. There's a little tiny difference, just a minimal difference of it getting off the line. So, biggest question, what does she run top speed-wise? Let's go see if she does. Come on, baby. Is a 104 jet is the best for this bike with the shroud on. I did all of that just to figure out that it's too lean, it's too rich, but you gotta try, right? Test and tune and test your bike, because you don't know the results you're gonna find out. I should have put the 104 in there before, because this thing is peppy. This thing is definitely peppy down low. Yeah, this thing rips, absolutely rips, and it still hits 58 to 60 miles per hour. So the top speed did not change. I'm gonna save a little bit of fuel, but this thing reacts so much quicker, and it's not lean. Everything is good. So a 104 fuel jet with the shroud on, with the needle leaned out one tiny notch, that's the secret to success for this bike here. I wanted to do this just to be sure that this bike was as efficient as it could be before we get into the transmission, before we add gears. I wanted to pull out everything that I could pull out to the most I could with this bike here. And that's what we did today. So, more stuff coming on this build for sure. Definitely more stuff for this Pt.2. We got plans for them both. But I know for a fact that this bike is dialed in now. And I'll save a little bit more gas. That's kind of cool. But everything's good. The weather is beautiful. We are in the 75 and 80s from here on out. Summer's here. Thank you guys for watching this video. Much more is coming with this bike and that Pt.2, I promise. Until next time, guys.